Settle in now, wherever you happen to be resting, and let your body grow heavy and loose, the way it does at the end of a long, good day. There is nothing left to hold on to tonight. For a while, all you need to do is listen and drift, and let this quiet story carry you gently across the sleeping country, following a slow, steady walker who has been moving across America for longer than anyone can quite remember, always at night, always at the same easy pace, so that by morning, everyone he has passed is still fast asleep, safe and undisturbed, never even knowing he was there. Picture, if you like, a long stretch of quiet road somewhere in the middle of the country, running straight and flat beneath a wide, star-filled sky. It is late, the deep, hushed part of the night when even the crickets have slowed their song to something low and occasional, and the only light for miles comes from the moon, full and pale, hanging low over a field of tall grass that sways, unhurried, in a breeze so gentle it barely stirs the air at all. Somewhere along that road, walking at an easy, unhurried pace, is a man. He is not young, though he does not seem old either. Dressed simply in a soft flannel shirt, sleeves rolled to the elbow, and worn canvas pants, a light pack resting easy across one shoulder, more out of habit than necessity. His boots make a soft, steady sound against the gravel shoulder of the road, a slow, even rhythm like a metronome set to the pace of a very long, very peaceful walk. He has been walking in one direction or another for as long as anyone can recall, though no one quite remembers when he started or why, and it does not seem to matter much, least of all to him. You find yourself walking beside him now, matching his pace without any effort at all, your own footsteps falling into the same slow, even rhythm as his against the gravel. He glances over at you, unhurried, offering the kind of small, easy smile that people give when they've been walking alone a long while and are glad, in a quiet way, of some company. "Evening," he says, his voice low and warm, carrying the faint, unhurried cadence of somewhere in the middle of the country, though it is hard to place exactly where. Good night for walking. Most nights are, out here. You do not need to ask him where he is going. He does not seem to be going anywhere in particular, only forward, only onward, at the same slow, steady pace, the way a river moves toward the sea without ever needing to hurry. The road continues ahead of you both, straight and pale under the moonlight, bordered on either side by tall grass and the occasional dark shape of a lone tree, its branches spread wide and still against the star-scattered sky. Somewhere far off, a dog barks once, low and unbothered, and then falls silent again, and the night settles back into its deep, easy hush. "I walk while everyone sleeps," the man says after a while, his voice matching the slow rhythm of his boots on the gravel. "Been doing it a long time now. There's something about the country at night, when everybody's tucked in and resting, that feels like it belongs to something quieter, something gentler. I like being part of that quiet, even if nobody ever knows I passed through." You walk beside him in comfortable silence for a while, the tall grass whispering softly on either side of the road, the moon casting long, pale shadows from the fence posts that run along the roadside, each one passing slowly, steadily, as you and the man continue forward. After a time, the road begins a gentle curve, and ahead you can make out the soft shape of a small farmhouse set back from the road, its windows dark, a single porch light glowing warm and low beside the front door. A dog lies curled on the porch steps, fast asleep, one ear twitching faintly at some distant, harmless sound. And beyond the house, a barn stands quiet and dark, its wide doors closed against the night. "This is the Hendersons' place," the man says softly, his voice dropping even lower now, as though he does not wish to disturb the stillness of the scene. "Good people. They'll be up before sunrise to milk the cows, but for now, everyone's resting easy. That's how I like to find a place. Everyone resting easy." You slow your pace slightly as you pass the farmhouse, and you notice, through one of the dark windows, the faint outline of a quilt-covered bed, its occupant no more than a soft shape beneath layered blankets, breathing slow and even in the deep, undisturbed sleep of someone who has worked hard all day and earned every bit of rest they are getting. The porch light glows warm and steady, a small beacon in the vast, quiet dark of the surrounding fields. And as you and the man continue past, you feel a soft, comforting sense of everything here being exactly as it should be. Peaceful, safe, unhurried. The road continues on, and the farmhouse fades slowly behind you, its porch light shrinking to a small, warm point in the darkness before disappearing entirely around the bend. Ahead, the fields begin to change, the tall grass giving way gradually to rows of corn, their leaves rustling softly in the night breeze, a low, papery whisper that rises and falls as the wind moves gently through the stalks. "I've walked through fields like this all across the middle of the country," the man says, his pace as slow and even as ever. "Kansas, Nebraska, Iowa, Illinois. Doesn't matter much which state you're in out here at night. The corn sounds about the same everywhere. Same soft whisper, same easy sway. I like that. Makes the whole middle of the country feel like one long, quiet room, and everybody sleeping in it is sleeping a little easier than they might know." You listen to the corn rustling on either side of you, and you find your own breathing slowing to match its rhythm, long and easy, in with one soft rustle, out with the next. The road beneath your feet feels solid and familiar now, though you have only just begun walking it, and you feel no urgency at all to reach any particular destination. It is enough simply to walk, to listen, to let the quiet miles pass slowly beneath your feet. After a while, the corn gives way to a small town, its main street quiet and empty, beneath a scattering of old-fashioned street lamps, each one glowing a warm, soft amber, casting gentle circles of light onto the pavement below. The shops along the street are dark, their windows reflecting the street lamps back in soft, wavering pools of light, and above them, Apartment windows here and there glow faintly with the low blue flicker of a television left on low, or the warm amber of a single bedside lamp. Someone reading, perhaps, before finally letting their own eyes grow too heavy to continue. Small towns are my favorite kind of walking, the man says, his boots now making a softer sound against the smooth pavement of the sidewalk. Everybody knows everybody, more or less, and everybody sleeps a little more soundly for it, I think. Safety in that kind of familiar quiet. You pass a small diner, its neon sign switched off for the night, though a single light glows dimly from the kitchen at the back, where perhaps someone is finishing the last of the evening's cleanup before locking up and heading home. Across the street, a barber shop sits dark and still, its striped pole unlit, waiting patiently for morning. A little further along, a small park opens up beside the street, its swings hanging motionless in the still night air, a single bench beneath an old oak tree catching the soft light of a nearby street lamp. "Sit a moment, if you like," the man says, gesturing toward the bench. "No hurry tonight. Never any hurry, really." You settle onto the bench beside him, and the wood is cool but not uncomfortable beneath you, and above, the old oak tree wrestles softly, its leaves catching the street lamp's amber glow and scattering it into 100 small, shifting patterns on the ground below. Somewhere nearby, a cat pads silently across the grass, pausing to stretch, unbothered by your presence, before continuing on its own slow, unhurried patrol of the quiet park. "You know," the man says, settling back against the bench, his voice low and easy, "people sometimes ask me why I walk only at night, and it isn't any deep mystery. I just like the way the world feels when everyone's asleep. Nothing rushing, nothing needing anything from you. Just houses full of people resting, and me walking quiet and slow past all of it, glad to see everybody so peaceful." You nod, feeling a soft, comfortable stillness settle over you as you sit beside him, and for a while, neither of you says anything at all. The oak leaves continue their gentle rustle overhead. The street lamp glows steady and warm, and somewhere in one of the apartments above the closed shops, a soft strain of music drifts faintly through an open window, slow and quiet, the kind of song meant more for drifting off than for dancing. After a while, the man rises slowly from the bench, and you rise with him, and the two of you continue down the quiet main street, past the last few shops, until the sidewalk gives way once more to a gravel shoulder, and the small town falls softly behind you, its amber street lamps glowing smaller and smaller, until they too disappear around a gentle bend. The road begins a slow, steady climb now, the flat fields giving way gradually to rolling hills, dark and soft beneath the moonlight, dotted here and there with small clusters of trees. The air grows slightly cooler as you climb, carrying with it the clean, resinous scent of pine, and somewhere ahead you can hear the faint, steady murmur of a creek running alongside the road, its water moving over smooth stones with a soft, continuous whisper. "We're headed up into the foothills now," the man says, his breathing as slow and even as ever despite the gentle incline. Long way from those cornfields, but the walking's just as peaceful, maybe more so. Something about higher ground that makes the whole world feel a little quieter, a little further from anything that might need rushing toward. The road curves alongside the creek for a while, and you can just make out its surface through the trees, catching flashes of moonlight as it moves over smooth stones and fallen branches, unhurried, patient, following the same gentle path it has followed for longer than anyone can remember. The sound of the water is soft and constant, a low, murmuring hush that seems to settle into your chest the longer you listen to it, easing something loose there with every soft ripple and gurgle. Eventually, the road leads you past a small cluster of cabins nestled among the pines, their windows dark, wood smoke curling lazily from a few of their chimneys into the cool night air. A hammock strung between two trees near one of the cabins sways gently, empty now, its owner long since retired to a warmer bed inside. A dog curled on a porch nearby lifts its head briefly at your approach, ears perking for just a moment, before settling back down with a soft, contented sigh, unbothered, trusting the quiet of the night. "Everybody up here sleeps deep," the man says softly, his pace slowing even further as you pass the cabins. "Mountain air does that. Something about the cool and the quiet that pulls a person down into rest faster than almost anywhere else I've walked." You breathe in deeply, and the mountain air fills your lungs, cool and clean, carrying the scent of pine and damp earth and the faint mineral smell of the creek running somewhere nearby. You feel your own eyelids growing heavier with each breath, your steps slowing to match the man's unhurried pace, though you do not feel tired in any uncomfortable way, only pleasantly, gently drowsy, the way you might feel after a long, satisfying day spent entirely outdoors. The road continues its slow climb for a while longer, the pines growing thicker on either side, their branches swaying softly overhead, filtering the moonlight into shifting patterns on the ground below. Somewhere in the branches above, an owl calls once, low and round, and then falls silent, its call absorbed fully into the deep, soft quiet of the forest. After a time, the trees begin to thin, and the road levels out onto a wide open ridge where the sky opens up above you in a vast star-scattered dome, the Milky Way itself visible as a soft, pale smudge stretching across the darkness. The man stops here, and you stop beside him, both of you looking up at the enormous quiet sky. "I like to pause here a while, most nights," he says, his voice barely more than a murmur now, matching the hush of the wide sky above. "Good spot for it. Nothing between you and all that quiet dark, but a little bit of air." You stand together for a while, looking up, and you find your thoughts growing slow and wide and quiet, the way they do when faced with something vast and unhurried. The stars do not blink or rush. They simply hang there, patient and steady, exactly as they have for longer than any road, any town, any person could ever measure. You feel small in the best possible way, held gently within something far larger than yourself, something that asks nothing of you at all, except to notice it briefly before continuing on. "Come on," the man says after a while, his voice gentle, unhurried. "Long way still to go tonight, though there's no rush in any of it. Let's keep walking." You continue down the far side of the ridge, and gradually the pines give way once more, this time to a wide, flat stretch of desert, the ground pale and sandy beneath the moonlight. dotted with the dark, silent shapes of saguaro cacti, standing like patient sentries across the open land. The air here is dry and cool, carrying a faint, clean scent like sage and dust, and the silence feels even deeper than before, broad and open, disturbed only occasionally by the soft, distant call of a nighthawk somewhere out over the flats. Desert walking's a different kind of quiet, the man says, his boots now making a soft, shuffling sound against the sandy ground. Not much sound out here at all most nights, just wind and maybe a coyote calling somewhere far off, though even that's a gentle sound if you let it be. As if summoned by his words, a coyote does call somewhere in the distance, a long, low, wavering note that rises and falls and fades gently into the vast quiet of the desert night. And rather than feeling any unease at the sound, you find it strangely soothing, a small, wild voice adding its own soft note to the enormous hush surrounding you. The moon hangs lower now, casting long, soft shadows from each saguaro across the pale sand, and you walk between them slowly, unhurried, the man beside you matching his pace to yours as easily as you have matched yours to his. Every so often, you pass a small cluster of desert wildflowers, their pale petals closed for the night, waiting patiently for morning sun before opening again. And the man nods toward them with a small, fond smile, as though greeting old friends along a familiar path. Every desert town I've walked through sleeps about the soundest of anywhere, he says softly. Something about that big, open, dry air cools down fast once the sun's gone, and folks bundle up warm under their blankets, and the quiet just seems to hold them there, easy and safe till morning. Ahead, you can make out the soft shape of a small adobe house, its walls the same pale color as the surrounding sand, a string of small lights along its low porch roof glowing warm and gentle in the dark, though whoever strung them there has long since gone to bed. A wind chime hangs near the door, its soft, glassy notes ringing occasionally in the light desert breeze, gentle and unhurried, more like a soft murmur than any kind of song. You and the man walk past the little adobe house, and you feel your own steps growing slower, heavier, though not at all unpleasantly, the way a body naturally slows as it moves deeper and deeper into rest. The stars overhead seem closer now, closer than they did back on the ridge, hanging low and bright over the flat desert horizon. And the moon has taken on a soft golden hue as it continues its own slow, patient journey toward the far edge of the sky. We're getting close to the coast now, the man says, though you have not noticed any change in the ground beneath your feet, any hint that the desert might be giving way to something else. But sure enough, after a while, the air begins to carry a new scent, salt and damp and something faintly green, and the sandy ground beneath your feet grows firmer, cooler, until at last you find yourselves walking along a quiet stretch of beach, the ocean stretching out dark and endless to your left, its waves rolling in slow, unhurried sheets of white foam against the pale sand. Almost to the end of tonight's walk, the man says, his voice softer now than it has been the whole night, barely more than a murmur over the low, steady wash of the waves. This is where I like to finish up most nights. Something about the ocean that feels like the right place to let a long walk settle down into rest. You walk together along the firm, damp sand near the waterline, the cool water occasionally reaching up to touch your feet in a soft, gentle rush before pulling back again, patient and rhythmic, matching the slow, even rhythm of your own breath. The moon has lowered further now, casting a long, shimmering path of pale gold light across the dark water. And somewhere far off, you can make out the small, steady light of another lighthouse, sweeping slowly, patiently over the calm night sea. Ahead, a small beach cottage comes into view, its windows dark, a porch swing moving gently in the light ocean breeze, its chains creaking softly, unhurried, almost like a lullaby hummed under someone's breath. The man slows his pace as you approach it, and you slow with him, until at last you both come to a gentle stop at the edge of the cottage's small sandy yard. "This is about as far as I go tonight," he says softly, turning to face you, his weathered face soft and kind in the pale moonlight. "You're welcome to stay here a while if you like. Rest up on that porch swing, listen to the waves a bit longer. I've got more walking to do before sunrise, but there's no need for you to come any further tonight." You nod, feeling the weight of a long, peaceful journey settled comfortably into your limbs, and the man offers you one last easy smile before turning back toward the beach, his boots once again making their slow, steady sound against the sand, moving off down the shoreline, unhurried, patient, continuing his long walk while the rest of the country sleeps on undisturbed behind him. You watch him go for a moment, his shape growing smaller and softer against the moonlit sand, until he fades gently into the darkness, leaving behind only the steady wash of the waves and the soft, distant sweep of the lighthouse beams somewhere far down the coast. You turn toward the cottage, and the porch swing seems to be waiting for you, its worn wooden seat softened by years of gentle use, a folded quilt resting neatly on one side, as though someone knew you would be coming and left it there just for you. You settle onto the swing, pulling the quilt over your knees, and the swing rocks gently beneath you, its chains creaking softly with each slow, easy motion, back and forth, matching the rhythm of the waves rolling in below. The ocean continues its steady rhythm in front of you, wave after wave rising and falling in the moonlight, each one no different from the last, patient and unhurried, needing nothing from you but your quiet attention, which you offer freely now, feeling your whole body relax further into the softened wood of the swing, into the warm weight of the quilt, into the slow, easy rock of the porch swing's gentle motion. You think, in the soft, drifting way thoughts arrive at the end of a long, peaceful walk, of everywhere you pass tonight. The Hendersons' farmhouse, its porch light glowing warm over a sleeping dog. The small town, with its amber street lamps and quiet oak tree. The mountain cabins, wrapped in cool pine air. The wide, star-scattered ridge, where the whole sky seemed to hold its breath. The desert, dry and vast and endlessly quiet, dotted with patient saguaros and pale, closed wildflowers. And now this, the soft hush of the ocean, the gentle creak of the porch swing, the last stretch of a long, peaceful night settling down into rest. You imagine the man continuing on, walking his slow, steady path along the shoreline and beyond, through more towns, more fields, more quiet mountain passes, always moving, always unhurried, always glad simply to walk past a sleeping world and know that everyone in it is resting easy, safe and warm in their beds, undisturbed by his passing. You imagine him nodding softly to every porch light, every curtained window, every dog curled asleep on every step, a quiet, patient witness to a whole country's rest, needing nothing in return but the simple, steady pleasure of the walk itself. The porch swing continues its gentle rock, and your eyelids grow heavier with each slow motion, the sound of the waves blending now with the soft creak of the chains, blending with the low, distant hush of the wind moving over the water, until all the sounds around you seem to merge into one single soothing rhythm, steady and unhurried, asking nothing of you at all. You let your eyes close fully now, and the darkness behind them feels warm and soft, lit faintly by the memory of moonlight, of amber street lamps, of porch lights glowing steady through curtained windows. Your breathing has slowed to match the waves completely, in with the rise, out with the retreat, deep and even, requiring no effort, no attention, simply happening on its own, the way rest simply happens, when a body has walked far enough and rested enough and is finally fully ready to let go. Somewhere far down the beach, though you can no longer see him, you know the man is still walking, his slow, steady footsteps continuing their patient rhythm against the sand, carrying him onward through the last quiet hours before dawn. Past more sleeping towns, more sleeping farms, more sleeping families tucked warm beneath their own soft quilts. He will walk until the very first hint of gray light begins to touch the eastern sky, and then, quietly, without fuss or fanfare, he will find some quiet place to rest himself for a while, before rising again the next evening to continue his long, gentle journey once more. But that is for later, for him, and it need not concern you now. Your task tonight is much simpler, only to rest here on this soft porch swing, wrapped in a warm quilt, listening to the ocean's slow, patient rhythm, feeling the gentle rock of the swing beneath you, and letting yourself drift gradually and completely into a deep and peaceful sleep. The waves continue outside, unhurried, endless, each one no different from the last, rising softly and falling softly, over and over, a rhythm as old and as patient as the moon itself, which continues its own slow, steady journey across the sky above you, indifferent to time, indifferent to hurry, simply continuing, the way all peaceful things continue, quietly, steadily, without need of rushing toward anything at all. You feel your body sinking further into the softened wood of the swing, into the warm weight of the quilt. You're breathing slower now than it has been all night, deep and even, each exhale releasing a little more of whatever you might have carried with you into this long, gentle walk across the sleeping country. There is nothing left to release now, only softness, only warmth, only the steady, unhurried rhythm of the waves and the swing and your own slow breath, all moving together in the same easy, peaceful time. Let your thoughts grow quiet now, the way the man's footsteps grew quiet as he walked further down the beach, fading gently into the soft dark. Let your body rest heavy and warm beneath the quilt, requiring nothing further from you, needing only to be still and held and at ease. There is nowhere else you need to walk tonight. There is nothing else you need to notice or carry or hold on to. Only this soft, steady rhythm, this gentle rock, this warm and peaceful dark, carrying you slowly, slowly down into a deep and restful sleep. The same deep and restful sleep now settled gently over every farmhouse, every small town, every mountain cabin, every desert home, and every quiet beach cottage that the man has walked so gently past tonight and will walk past again tomorrow night and the night after that, patient and unhurried, for as long as anyone needs a quiet witness to their rest. Rest now. Just rest. The night is long and gentle, and yours to drift through, all the way to morning.